Mm. We in there?
We in here, yes, sir.
We in there. August 18th. Welcome back to another episode of the Man to Man Pod. I'm live from Indy. AB's home. One half of the pod, Darius Butler, yours truly. Got my guy, Antoine Bethea.
What it do?
What's good, man? Slow news day as usual this time of year. We got a second week of preseason kicking off. What else we gonna talk about today, man?
Man, we got A-Rod, man, calling out the young guns. We're gonna talk about that. We got LeBron, a massive extension. Putting him in some ranks alone by himself. So
Derwin James got paid.
For sure, well deserved.
Another Mugetta guy too.
David, man, he been on the road this all season, man.
Yeah.
Obviously in NCAA, well, I'll say the Big Ten making some news.
Mm-hmm.
Big time deal. And we'll have a little discussion, man. We talking about the best football weather, and you Grace.
That's been a topic of discussion on this show a few times.
Yeah, you already got
some strong opinions. Yeah, we both got some strong opinions on that.
Yeah, y'all know where I stand on that, where D-Bud stand on that. So we're gonna tap into that as well, man. As always, y'all put your comments in the comment section. We're gonna have that dialogue, that interaction with y'all as always, and we're gonna make it happen.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
Let's go.
Okay, I can't see the comments. Okay.
Yeah, man, we back.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, let's jump along. Like you said, it's slow news, man, but we do have one of the vets in the news. Coming down in the middle. I think guys probably about to break training camp. Soon.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Week 2. As far as weekends of seeing some games, man. But A-Rod, have some comments, as far as his frustration with the drops and the inconsistency by his young receivers, man. We actually got the a video of his comments real quick. We can put up in here, and then we can touch on it.
We're going to play our best guys, when the season starts. And whoever those guys are going to get the reps. And it's the guys I trust the most and the guys that the coaching staff trust the most. And a lot of it is just this simple responsibility in the offense. Way before, body positioning and movement and the throw and all that stuff, are you in the right spot at the right time? Are you running the right route? I feel really bad for Jordan tonight because, we had a couple, total mental busts. We had a drop for a pick. We had, 2 guys running who knows what on the third one. Now, he should have thrown the ball there probably, but some of that's veteran stuff, making veteran mistakes. So we're gonna shift that perspective a little slight adjustment here moving forward because it's getting close to that time where it's going to count, and I need guys out there I can trust.
Hey,
how you feel about that?
Hell, no punches. I got no problem with what he said, right? No problem with what A-Rod said. I got a slight issue with where he said it, though. You know what I mean? You're saying it in front of a bunch of cameras, obviously to the media. He knows, how people are going to take whatever he says and run with it and make it maybe a bigger story. And so for him, I think he was kind of been a good teammate and a bad teammate at the same time. A good teammate to his guy that's in that meeting room every day, Jordan Love, who obviously been taking a lot of heat, and I'm sure A-Rod felt some type of way about that pick when it happened, but they've gotten close over the years. So kind of protected him in a way because he had, picks that weren't necessarily his fault, but then a bad teammate to those young receivers. And like I said, what he said, I got no issue with it. He said that in an offensive meeting, in a team meeting, and whatever, like, hey, the guys that I can trust, the guys that the coach can trust, all the things that he said, I'm cool with it. But to say that in the media, I'm not feeling that much. But I heard they had a kind of a closed door sit down meeting to kind of hash it out. But this is something that those young receivers need to hear. They don't need to hear it in the media once again, but to their face. How you feel about it?
Yeah, I think I like it, man. I like it. We talk about it all the time, and that's one thing that kind of differentiates. I think a lot of times,
like some shit Peyton say.
What?
All that shit, Rodgers. That sound like
but I mean, it's accountability. It's accountability, and young guys, you walking into a room where two of the top dogs left. So, granted, it's going to be some growing pains, but got to learn quick. We can't make that same mistake twice. And I'm pretty sure that's been voiced in the meeting room. I would think, being that, A-Rod, he's going on what's this, year 18 for him?
Something like that. He been
so
came out with Alex Smith, so whatever.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure these things have been talked about in the meeting room. So for him to come out and say it to the media, it's gonna rub you the wrong way, like like just one of them things in the locker room. Like we don't really gotta say that to the media, but it's that accountability, man. Young guys, man, you gotta step it up. We can't have these drop balls, man. We can't be running the wrong routes or whatever the case may be. And then, like you said, you have these closed doors meeting. Like, look, we got to step it up. We got to step it up, and we got to get this thing going. So, I feel what you're saying. I definitely feel you, but that accountability, man, you got to hold them young boys accountable.
I feel that, but if you were a young player and shit, Freeney come out and say, hey, man, we won't get home, but on the back end, the boy, like, they got to figure out the coverages. We had guys, he rotating the wrong way. He doing this. We got free safety, vacating the middle of the field. And like, bro, have that conversation with us. Don't go and have that conversation with, Stephen Holder or Mike. Don't do it with those guys. Have that with me. So I don't see. I don't know. I don't think so. If that was your teammate, if that was your OG, if you were a young guy, you wouldn't be feeling that shit at all as a teammate. And
hey, look at here.
Year 18, four-time MVP, Super Bowl champ.
I'm pretty sure this wasn't the first time they heard that. I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time they've been dropping balls. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time they've been running the wrong routes. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that them young boys done heard, like, yo, we got to pick our shit up. I feel as though that's why, when they said it in the media, like, yo, like maybe when we was talking about it in the meeting room or we was talking about it in the field, maybe it didn't really, it really didn't click to you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now I'm gonna say it out here on this. Hopefully it clicks. And I feel you, like, you're gonna feel a certain type of way when you hear that. But hey, like we about to start rocking in a couple weeks, and I need you guys.
Okay, so this came out yesterday. What was yesterday? Wednesday. This came out Wednesday. So now Thursday, when the media is available, now they're gonna be with the mics in front of all the young guys, the youngers. What you think about the thoughts that the comments Aaron Rodgers said, your quarterback said about you? Now that's something else the young guys got to deal with on their plate. So I'm with you from the standpoint of accountability. Like, hey, but as a teammate, as a leader, whatever, like, I'm not trying to get more accountability from my guys from the media. You know what I mean? That's all the coaches. That's on me. That's on them. And then shit. Now, obviously, he's earned the right to not show up to OTAs and all that other stuff. And we've talked about that and how we did that in our careers, and people did different things different ways. But shit, you could have told us this back in May if you were here, cuz. You was doing your thing. Don't show up in August and then
we can't.
Beep, beep, and then come back. Nah, cuz. I respect A-Rod. You know, I love the guy, but come on, man. I wasn't feeling that at all.
What does
And I'm
dropping
surprised.
balls?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you.
What does dropping balls have to do with me not being there? Regardless of who's throwing the ball, you got to catch the ball.
Agreed, 1,000%. Being in the wrong spot.
The offense that we running, I'm pretty sure the OC and the receivers coach and the quarterbacks coach, they implement the same offense.
So you saying it's the coach's job?
The coach's job for what? No,
you say
they
run the right routes, they're in the right spots. You know, they being accountable and dropping passes.
It's everybody's job. It's everybody's job. It's your job as a player to be able to get that playbook, to ask the questions, and to do the right shit. It's the coach's job to be able to pass that information along. It's the quarterback's job as well. But what you just said that, well, you could have told us this back in OTAs, but you won't hear.
Facts.
What I'm saying is, whoever was throwing the ball at OTAs, that was Jordan Love on that clip that was throwing the ball that the receiver dropped. Jordan Love was there.
But you heard what Aaron said. He said, I got to be able to trust you. But we know it's a small window of training camp for us to build that trust, build this continuity, build that thing. So once again, everybody go about it's voluntary, right? I'm not saying, oh, you should have shown it, you had to show up to that. But to come up in August and we start in training camp, and then you throwing us under the bus, how I see it in front of the media.
Like how is he like throwing somebody under the bus to me is like I'm in a meeting room with the DB coach. And I did exactly what the DB coach said to do. And then when I get blamed for it, DB coach nowhere to be found. I'm like, damn, bro, like you ain't gonna rock with me. And again, I just feel as though, and again, I'm not in those meeting rooms. I definitely get what you're saying as far as like, giving the young boys some grace, not putting them out there in front of the media, right? I get that. But then I also have to get that accountability. Like, and again, I don't think this is the first time this has been mentioned to the receiver group. We've been in meetings where you keep making the same mistakes. All right, it's gonna come a point where your ass ain't gonna be out there.
Big facts. And he like I said, everything he said, that was 100% facts.
So I just feel as though this is a way where you're pushing the young receivers. Yeah, we're saying this, like everybody is saying this. So the receivers coach, the OC, your 18-year veteran. I guess it's not clicking. Talk this shit in front of the media, and maybe it might make you move a little different.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. Once again, I'm shocked that you're on this side of things, but he's the leader of that team, the unquestioned leader. That receiver room. You brought Sammy Watkins in, you got Watson, you drafted high, you still got Cobb, and then you got Lazard, who a lot of people expect to be wide receiver one. So you still gonna need a couple of these young guys to step up. But I wouldn't.
So you've never been in as a leadership role and the media's in front of you and you like, yo, I just feel like it's the same thing as like, yo, we gotta be better. Like our guys got to be better, and our guys got to be better. So instead of saying that in the meet room, like why would you say that in the media? Why would you say that?
I know, and I haven't even seen the clips. I know I can pull up clips of Antoine Bethea talking about whether it's training camp, whether it's games, whether it's whatever. And what you'll say is exactly what you just kind of said right there. We got to be better. And you'll probably go a step further and say, I got to be better. I got to watch tape. I got to figure out what I could have done better. And I'm not saying that A-Rod should have said that like his training camp, but you don't shift that blame publicly. That's just my opinion. And I think you had left at this point. You were gone. But we had a new defensive coach that came in, and we had a group of young DBs that were going to have to play that year, basically. And they were kind of struggling, trying to find their way as pros. And the new play caller kind of called them out in the media. And so as older players, we went and talked to the coach. Like we know what he was saying was real, was issues, but you don't put that out in the indie media, in the national media, because this was a high draft pick. So like, I don't know. That's just that's just how I see it. Like, we handle those issues, the accountability, that accountability got to come obviously from us first. We look in the mirror, and then, hey, so-and-so, you got to step your shit. Hey, you done this 3 days in a row, like went over at the walkthrough, or you the third player doing this same script in the period. How you fucking up? And you've seen mental reps go twice ahead of you. So I get that standpoint, but media, keep that shit out the media, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, like I said, I feel where you're coming from, but accountability is accountability. If I can't, hold your ass accountable, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like I ain't gonna be able to hold your hand for the whole season, bro. Like
18 years, he earned it right to do it his way. That's my way. It's a lot of, 1,000 ways to skin a cat. I don't know where that saying came from, but
yeah,
it is. But I don't know. We'll see. We both picked them to win that division. So obviously we both think they'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
But speaking of training camp, did Tone throw that training camp? Any training camp videos from the Colts?
Nah, he didn't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he did. With you and Matt Ryan?
Okay, cool. Yeah, play that one.
Young quarterbacks and kind of how they're thrust and a lot is put on their plate and they're judged so early. I feel like when you came to the league, you guys were given a little more time to develop before you became those guys. What is it like? What's the toughest thing for a young quarterback that's so much put on their plate coming into the league? What's the toughest adjustment?
Yeah, it is. You're right. I think it is different now. I think the level of expectation for guys coming in is
social media.
Yeah, 100%. I had a flip phone. I had a flip phone my first year. Yeah. So you didn't have to open up, after practice,
see every
and hear how shitty you practiced that day. So there was more of a grace period. I think I was like AP Rookie of the Year, and I had like 16 touchdowns and 11 picks.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just the expectation for guys coming in is different.
All right, so good. I feel like Matt gave a good answer there. We've talked about it, the expectation on young quarterbacks. But was out there at training camp, the Colts training camp, with Pat and the guys, and a lot of fun. We've both participated in a bunch of these joint practices. The Lions was out there, Hard Knocks was out there. Colts pretty much had their way, like from beginning to end. Looked good. We lost one of our top tight ends. Who was actually a 6th-round pick from a small school. He was doing his thing. Chris Ballard was howling him, lost him. But some takeaways from the Colts camp. Pat said it a lot yesterday on the show. Big team, but a lot of question marks at that wide receiver position. How you feel about the Colts going into this year? What their chance? I know we both picked them to win that division. How you feeling about the Colts this year?
Man, we will have to see. Obviously, we've seen one preseason game. We'll see, preseason game number 2 this weekend.
Yep.
And it's these things that we've talked about for a while. O-line is good. Running game is in good hands.
Yeah.
You bring in a veteran quarterback. Obviously, he's not in the stage of his career where he's going to just wow you with, his throws, but he's going to help you win games above the shoulders, getting you into the right check, changing the pass pro, and just getting you to the right play, and not making those bonehead throws for the most part. And then you look on the defensive side of the ball, bringing in Yannick. You got some studs up front. You got we'll see what happens with Shaquille Leonard. He gets back from the back, but defense, I feel as though. We seen in game 1, they're flying around, turning the ball over. But to your point, you looking on the outside, like who can step up and become that number one? Who can get that separation when it's that time of the game where you got to have a go-to player on the outside that can go and get the ball? Who's going to be that guy? Who's going to separate themselves from the pack? And I think that's, to your point, that's what you kind of saw yesterday. I think we kind of saw that game 1, preseason, week 1. So we can continue to see who can separate themselves from the pack and come out as that dog. But again, I think the Colts have a great chance of winning that AFC South. Again, we both picked them to win. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm still confident in that pick. Obviously, Tennessee would be, the next choice. I feel like they're kind of close as far as where they'll end up. It'll probably be a 1-game difference in that division. Probably come down to the last couple weeks of the season, but big question marks at that wide receiver position. And to Pat's point that he kept making yesterday, we got big guys. Alec Pierce is big. Michael Pittman. The tight end room is huge. But with those bigger receivers, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I used to kind of feel like bigger receivers were typically easier to guard because it's harder for them to create that separation. It's harder for them to have. Most of them don't really have that short area quickness. That's what made Julio so special for all those years, and he's still playing. But he was a big guy, but he had great short area quickness, get in and out of cuts, get in and out of breaks, and created separation consistently. So I think that's going to be an issue for these guys early. We had Plaxico Burress on the pod a while ago, and remember he said that was the biggest thing he struggled with was getting off press coverage. We're gonna get in the league, like we're gonna hold you until they throw a couple flags. Like that's what's gonna happen. So it's gonna be an adjustment, and that's the room I think we're banking everything on. And Reggie's obviously in there with him, coaching them up. But you mentioned it, the running back room is in very good hands. Offensive line, you brought in Matt. Defense. Hey, I think our defense can take another step. I bumped into Shaquille Leonard yesterday. He looked good. He's coming back obviously from an injury, but the Forest, Grover across the front line, Kwity Paye in his second year, Yannick, freaking the young boy Blackman, he's back healthy.
Yeah.
Gilly Locke, saw him, talk to him yesterday. He's locked in. He's feeling great. Kenny, obviously. So the young boy Isaiah Rodgers. It's we got a lot of playmakers. Oh yeah, we got which one?
Safety, Maryland.
Nick Cross.
Yeah.
Nick Cross. Hey, so they put the pieces together, and I had a chance to talk to Ursay yesterday. You know how he's locked in his mindset, always on Lombardi mode. So it's gonna be interesting. They look damn good yesterday. They got a damn good schedule. So they should be flying around and practice. Them boys out of there like 7. Training camp.
How the league has changed.
Boy, oh boy. So I think they first meet like 9 something in the morning out of 7. So that I told somebody, I said, you got a schedule like this. This one as a player, you gotta take care of
your coach.
Hey, fellas, yeah, we got to, because he can't be giving us this type of schedule, And I feel like these schedules are good, because you can get the work you need to get done. Don't just be in there to be in there. You can get quality work done, especially with veterans around the building. So I got high expectations for this Colts team, man.
Yeah, so I know you talked about it with the Lions. 7 wins is a good season for them. What's a good season for the Indianapolis Colts this year?
Colts in a completely different category. And after watching the Lions yesterday, I double, triple, quadruple down on that 7-8 win. If you was out there, you would have looked a bit like.
I would not agree with you saying that.
If you were out there yesterday, you would have said, "Okay, I'm with you, D, but I promise you." But 8 wins once again, I think that'd be a very good season for MCDC and the guys. But for the Colts, we trying to win a Super Bowl. That's what we brought Matt Ryan in for. Obviously, we haven't had any consistency at that quarterback position. Shit, they had a different starter every year since I left in 2017. Frank Wright has been there. Obviously, he's a coach that's been around, a player that's been around the game forever. Chris Ballard's been in place. We had 7 Pro Bowlers. I think we had the most Pro Bowlers in the league last year. So we're trying to win a bowl. That's a successful season for us. Obviously winning our division, but getting to a Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. That would be a successful season for us. Now, that's tough slate. You look at the AFC, stacked. So it ain't going to be easy, but that's the goal. That's the expectations for the Colts. It ain't no get the playoffs or, win a couple games. Like, nah, we trying to get to Arizona and win the Super Bowl. That would be the expectation for the Colts. I think that's the expectations in that building. And as a fan, as a former player, that's my expectation for him too. How about you? What you feel about
it? I think that's what everybody's saying in their meeting. Let's go to the Super Bowl. A Super Bowl of buzz. You know what I mean? With So I want him to win that AFC South. You know, we didn't make
first, yeah.
we didn't first thing first. Let's win this AFC South. Like we missed the playoffs last year. We should have been in the offs. You know, let's win the AFC South. Let's take care of that, and let's make a run from there. Let's make a run from there. Obviously, yeah, we want to hoist that Lombardi trophy, but for me, let's win that AFC South. Tennessee's kind of been the head honcho there for the past couple of years. So let's get that crown back, and from there we can go ahead and make a run. That's kind of how I see it.
I feel like that's so you go and win that AFC South and then lose the first round of playoffs, and you Frank Wright, Chris Ballard, you going into that meet with Ursa, you gonna feel like with the roster that we put together.
No, that's not a good season, but I'm saying first thing first. Let's win the AFC South. We didn't make the playoffs last year. And we had that conversation after the season last year, as far as, you know, Frank Reich and having to sit him down and talk about, you know,
right.
We talked about that as well. So first thing first, we got to win that division. We didn't win, you know, it looks good on paper. It looks great on paper. The guys that we have, the 9 Pro Bowlers or whatever the case may be, but we gotta put it together.
Facts.
We got to put it together. So yeah, of course. Again, everybody's goal is to hoist that Lombardi trophy, and yeah, like high expectations. I'm with you as a former player, as a fan. Yeah, definitely high expectations. But like I said, let's get into the dance first.
Yeah, I feel you. It's Super Bowl or bust for them, and it's teams. You know, probably
it's 20 teams saying that.
Nah.
Yeah.
Realistically, I can't say 20. I say
everybody is. You said how many?
I say about 15, 16, maybe half.
All right, so
shit, damn near.
You said 16. I said 20. All right,
damn near the whole AFC outside of the Jags, Texans. Yeah, I say about 15. You say 20, so we kind of close, I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see, but definitely high expectations for the Colts, man. Hopefully, you know, they can come out, start fast, stay healthy. I think that's going to be very important too to their success, staying healthy out there, and getting on the road.
Yeah, absolutely, man. They got the part getting off the bus. They look good getting off the bus.
Yeah,
we know that don't mean shit. Yeah, we know that don't mean shit in the National Football League, though. What else we got, bro?
Talking about week 2 preseason games tonight. Kick it off. Chicago Bears, Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, Seattle, man, they still in there. Quarterback battle tomorrow.
Yep.
We got 3 games slated. Then you got a full weekend all the way to Monday.
Everybody getting it, man. So, you know, I still don't know kind of the different teams, you know, game plan as far as, you know, preseason goes. I feel like, you know, back in the day, it used to be kind of, you know, first one, you get a couple reps, second game, a little more. Third game was the game rehearsal with, like, you know, pre-game rehearsal. And then the fourth game, you know, none of the really starters, a lot of people didn't play. But also, I don't know what they expect from the second week. Like you said, Seattle, Carolina, and Pittsburgh. Shit, I would put the Giants in there too. I know a lot of people probably not talking about it right now, but I said it from the jump. You watching Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor practice together, and this is just my assumption. I haven't watched the Giants practice yet, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Tyrod Taylor's probably gonna outplay him. So I feel like that should be a quarterback battle as well. But where you stand on these quarterback battles around the league? I saw a couple, you know, some outlets break that Baker Mayfield is expected to be named a week 1 starter pretty soon here. But who you think comes out on top? You know, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Carolina, and I'm gonna throw New York in there as well.
I'm gonna start New York. I think they're gonna give. I'm not gonna say give. I think Daniel Jones will be that week 1 starter.
Okay.
And I just think, you know, it'll be his job to lose if he's not playing well. T2, he's gonna come in and he's gonna run the show. I think out there in Seattle, you might looking at a Geno Smith. week 1. I would say in Pittsburgh, I kind of mentioned it. I typically don't go this route, but I will give the young boy Pickett. I will give him the shot. Go ahead and rock out. What other quarterback competition we got?
I think Carolina was the last one.
Carolina, yeah. I'm still on the fence with Carolina, man. I know.
Does this thing work?
Yeah, we right here. We got a guest.
Does this thing work?
Oh, he can't even hear you. Hold up.
What it do?
I can't hear you. Hold on, AB.
Hold on. You got him on. You got the pod.
This looks good.
This is Zito production right here. Yeah, there we go.
AB, what up, man?
What it do, man? What's good, P Mac?
Hey, we were at camp yesterday, dude. Saw everybody, man.
I heard.
We're up here. Saw everybody, AB. I was chit-chatting with, obviously Frog.
You gotta sit down or something, man. Y'all, all we see is your nose and your mouth.
Hey, no. I got one right here. Right here.
There we go, Cuzzy.
How we doing? Hey, the arms look good, though, didn't they, AB? I mean, the arms look pretty good. Saw everybody, man. We chatted about you a little bit. Everybody's so pumped you're doing well, man. Hope life is good. How's the show? What are we talking about?
Quarterback battles.
How about Kirk Cousins saying you fucking like that, AB? Did you hear that?
Hey, I did. What Kirk Cousins talking about?
Kirk?
Yeah, what he talking about? What he say?
He's back, dude. He fucking dropped a dime to Adam Thielen, San Francisco 49ers, Vikings joint practice. A couple weeks here after the GM. Right, said, hey, we don't got Patrick Mahomes. We don't got Tom Brady. We don't got Aaron Rodgers. We got Kirk, is what the new GM said. Kirk Cousins drops a dime to Thielen.
Right.
I don't know if he looked at the GM directly, but he said he said, you fucking like that? And
I respect that. That's what Kirk's supposed to do as the GM. Is Kirk a Patrick Mahomes?
Listen.
I'm asking.
Okay, so my big thing is this.
I'm asking.
You and me can have this conversation. Kirk Cousins, not Patrick Mahomes. The general manager in his first year as the GM being like, our quarterback ain't this. I think that's like excuse making early and also throwing your guy under the bus. Don't you think so?
Yeah, but we can't tell the truth no more.
A-Rod, talk about the receivers, and I know we're going to talk about it on the show later. AB was on A-Rod's side, like, yeah, fuck it. I'm like
accountability, man. Devontae Adams leave. Hey, look, maybe you didn't want to hear him say that, but at the end of the day, it's accountability. And I told D-Butt, this is probably not the first time that this receiver room has heard this. This is not the first time they've been dropping balls. This is not the first time they've been running the wrong routes. You understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure not only from A-Rod, the OC, the quarterbacks coach is like, look, young fellas, we got to get this together. And hey,
yeah. This is what Roethlisberger used to do. You remember Roethlisberger used to do this? He would go on local radio, and he would just be talking his shit, Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, we had a good game. We had a good win. And he'd be like, 11 doesn't know the routes to run, and like this person don't do this. And it would become a big story about, these rookie wide receivers don't know what they're doing. Ben Roethlisberger saving the day, that whole thing. So, like, we always buried Ben for that. Like, hey, have this behind closed doors. Have this conversation in the meeting room. You're Ben Roethlisberger. With this, I think I feel the same way. I think I'm still like, hey, I don't know if this needs to go publicly. But maybe he got to a point where he was just like, hey, we've been saying the same shit every single time to them personally in meetings. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he was like, I don't want to do this, but I have to. Maybe that's what Ben was doing too. And I was just misreading Ben.
I feel a different vibe between the two. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel as though with A-Rod, again, 18 years, my top two receivers, they left via free agency. I don't think this is the first time them young guys have heard you can't keep running the wrong fucking route. You can't keep dropping the ball. This is not the first time these young guys have heard this when the media asks A-Rod this in front of his locker. This is not the first time these guys have heard this. And I'm pretty sure if you ask one of the young guys, like, yo, they probably will say, yeah, they've been on us. So again, yes, you would love to keep this in-house. But again, when we talk about it, you talk about the accountability. I mean,
at some point, people are going to get fed up. Now, They could turn around and become the greatest wide receiver core of all time.
They could.
Still got nothing but time. Who knows how that'll work? AB, you're the best, dude. And I'm looking at you on the screen, and obviously the things here. You're the best, man. You look great. Have a good one, all right?
Appreciate you, baby.
Hey, when are you joining us on the show?
Man, I got to get an invite on the show, man.
Oh, okay. It's like that. All right. I didn't know. I
got to get an invite. I got to get an invite. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you want to come on the show today?
Let me know what time.
2:00 Eastern hour.
Yeah, I can make that rock.
Hey, got it, be on show.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
All right, see you in a few.
Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
So I guess y'all agree to disagree.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
we agree to disagree.
I mean, yeah, that's a good thing about this show. Because again, I was always a type. Well, nah, I guess I was never. I wasn't gonna be out there fucking up, messing up day in and day out.
That's the main thing to take away here. So
exactly, like if you don't mess up, you ain't got to worry about getting called out in the locker room, in the media room, or in the media. So again, like
very true.
Let's get it.
Very true. What else we got to get to, man?
Man, we
hold on. You drunk old gallon already? What time is it,
bruh?
Hey.
Get that.
Well, ain't playing.
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated, brother. Hey, we talk about I think we talked about not too long ago, like the top safeties in the game. And we talked about it, before we hit the intro, but Derwin James, man, and the Chargers got that big bag, agreed to 4 years, $76 million contract as the highest paid safety ever. I know it's a lot of talks as far as injury concerns, man, but I feel like this is well deserved, man. What Derwin can do on that side of the ball, his size, the way he can cover, play the post, come down, blitz, get after the quarterback, man. He's the type of safety that can do everything for you. And I'm happy to see this, man. It's well deserved. Hopefully he can, stay on the field for an entire season. I think that's what people kind of want to see. But this is some good news right here.
Another successful hold in. You love to see it, man. And Telesco, man, I feel like Telesco continues to knock this offseason out the park, man. Derwin James, I feel like he's kind of like the heart and soul of that defense. Similar to what Eric Berry was for that Kansas City defense in his heyday, like a guy that could do everything. He did everything in Florida State. He's done everything. Came in as a first-team All-Pro as a rookie. To your point, got banged up, I think, in 2019. I think he missed all of 2020, and then he played 15 games last year, so fairly healthy season. That's been the only knock, the only question mark on him. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay on the field? Because when he is on the field, he's one of the best safeties in the game. So only a few guys have that ability to reset the market.
Yeah,
and he had that ability. And him and his agent did the right thing and reset their market. So this is good for Derwin. This is great for other safeties, up and coming safeties, I'm sure, who are probably gonna be looking at a deal in the next couple of years, man. But to your point, man, this dude can do everything on the field. I think Brandon Staley asked him about him. He said, "I don't even see him as a safety. I just see him as an impact player on that defense side of the ball." So Derwin, Khalil, JC. Asante, Van Noy, Bosa. Another team that it's Super Bowl or bust for the Chargers team, especially that quarterback and that offense as well. So big shout out to Telesco and more importantly, Derwin James getting his bag. I think 19 a year was the number.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Good number for safeties, man.
Big number, man. Big number. So excited to see him all over the field this year, man. Making plays. That was, dang, them boys getting that money, man.
They get 29 in the first year. Well, deserved, man. I love to see it. And this obviously we see all this influx of money coming into the league and different leagues. Shit, speaking of the Big Ten, we mentioned that before.
Yeah.
So
7 years, $7 billion.
So I don't want to hear nothing about Neil talk, nothing about none of that. When these head coaches in college getting $100 million deals, 7 years, $7 billion new deal with the Big Ten Network and their rights. Like, what is it, CBS, NBC, and Fox? That starts July of next year. So the money is there. So I'm glad to see it continue to trickle into the players, man. Absolutely love to see it.
Nah, no doubt, man. We had this conversation once before in this show, man. You talk about not San Diego, but LA. Talking about just these different places, man, and something that was going across online. What's the best football weather? Is it snow? Is it overcast? Is it sunny? Is it rain?
Hey, Fox looked out too. Hey,
my man D-Butt up here.
I'm in the snow picture. I'm back there on the field goal, just back there doing nothing. And then the rain picture, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I remember sliding like 10 feet. That rain shit was crazy this day.
27?
Yeah, I was in 27 my year in Carolina. That shit looked like that picture hard. I don't want to hear that.
Picture, the picture tough. At 27,
27 week.
Ooh, that's a little weak.
You tripping.
A little weak.
But best football weather. To me, and I never say this growing up, but give me about mid-40s, sunny, some perfectly manicured grass. Like I said, mid-40s, sun out, great grass, natural grass. That's perfect football weather to me. Because 40s, once you start moving around, you got money. That's not cold. It ain't too hot. That's perfect football weather to me. So what's your perfect football weather outside of a dome? Because we know that's where AB wants all his games to play. But outside of a dome, what's perfect football weather for you?
I'm gonna say about 70, man. 70 degrees.
Nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, 70 degrees, like no humidity, like you say, clear skies, sun is out. Get you a nice, lather, good
lather, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's 70 degrees. I think that's like perfect. Like the end of September. You go most places, man, and you good. I think that's the best for me. Like you said, you get the fresh grass, no turf, that fresh grass cut. You can still smell, the grass from when they was cutting it. So that's what I would say. 70 degrees, man. Clear sky.
Shout out to Troy and Indy.
Yeah.
He's had that grass on point, man. Shout out to Troy, man.
Yeah.
But I got to get up out of here, man. Man crew, appreciate y'all. Y'all got to slide over, catch me on Pat later, and AB will be joining the 2:00 hour as well, man. So I'm about to shoot downstairs. I'm actually on Zito's laptop, so I got to get Zito together before we hop on there, man. But appreciate y'all. AB, I'll see you in a couple hours.
All right, man. That's a bet.
Gone.
Yep. My man D-Buck about to get up out of here. We're going to finish up this thing, man. Let's talk about LeBron, man. We talking about this bag. Talking about everybody getting this money. LeBron James and the Lakers agreed to a 2-year, $97.1 million extension, man, making him the highest grossing NBA player in history. I think it was 2-year deal, and then I think his third year, I think is a player option. I think that's around the time that Bronny will be available for the NBA. So, at that time, he'll be able to, he already mentioned he wanted to, if he could have it his way, he'll be teammates with Bronny. I think that would be dope. So I think that third year with that player option will give him the ability to opt out and go to, whatever team that Bronny's on. So I think that's dope, man. Bron is continuing to do Bron things, changing the landscape on and off the court. And hopefully, man, we'll be able to see that father-son duo on the court. I'm trying to think what other sports. I think King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr., they did it. Was there any other father-son teammates in any other sports? If so, y'all let me know. TH, AB, you think LeBron will go whenever Bronny goes, even a team that's not a championship contender? I think so, man. That man said he wanted to play with his son. So regardless if it's a championship contender, man, that man, he got his eyes set on playing with his son. So I think so. Okay, we got Kyle Ripken, Sr. and Jr. Yeah, we said the Griffies. Okay, Gordie Howe and his sons in hockey. Bobby and Barry Bonds. Okay, so it's been a few, man. But I think that'll be dope. I think that'll be dope to see that. And shout out to Bron again. Continue to move that needle and do what he do. I love to see it. What else do we got, man? So I'm just put in here the Cardinals, Hollywood Brown on a Ravens trade. I just felt like sometimes they really didn't need me. I don't know how I feel about that comment. Because I know I watched some games. Hollywood Brown has some big drops, man, and a lot of times it's just that trust, that trust issue. And again, I'm not speaking for anybody. I know Lamar and Hollywood, they was good friends, down there from the 305. But it was some games. Shoot, Lamar get it to him and then hitting his hands and just dropping the ball. Again, that goes with that trust, right? And we just kind of talked about it for like 20 minutes where A-Rod is like, hey, like these routes, catching the ball. And again, it might have got to that point where he felt that way because, hey, if I can't trust you, if I can't throw you the ball and I know you're going to come down with it, or it's that big time, it's a big time situation. I need a big play from my big time receiver. And if I can't trust you, if I don't believe in you, then, hey, I'm going to be hesitant on throwing you that rock. And that's just coming from me. Not saying that's what Lamar said or that's what it was, but just looking from the outside in, that's what it seemed like to me. Like I said, he was dropping easy passes too. So that trust is imperative when you talk about the relationship between the quarterback and a wide receiver. So, hopefully he'd be able to get his start again and, get back into the groove of things. He's back out there with his college quarterback, Kyler Murray, out there in Arizona, man. So hopefully he can get his thing going. So we're going to see. A Trashy McStone, a question, AB, what youngest quarterback would you love to face today? Man, any young quarterback. I used to love watching them young quarterbacks and playing against those young quarterbacks because you can manipulate a lot of things as far as, and Matt Ryan kind of talked about it. And this is one of the reasons why I always talk about when me and D-Buck talk about it, when you bring a young quarterback in and you have a guy that's in front of him, that's a vet, that's had some snaps, that has some playing time, for the most part, I'm like, let that young quarterback chill, learn, at least for like half of the season and let him get a groove as far as, how to watch film, being able to look at defense, and then even at a quarterback, being able to manipulate different things. But I love to play against young quarterbacks because you could do different things as a defense pre-snap to make them do bonehead plays or make bonehead throws that you could, take advantage of. So I always used to love going against them young QBs. But now, youngest quarterback, I would say like a Joe Burrow. I would say a Lamar. I would love to go against all of them for real. Because then, as we competitors at the end of the day. So some more questions. Stats. Matt, do you take anything out of the Cowboys having so many penalties in preseason? Man, that's penalties is about how disciplined a team is. I know when we played, that was one of the things that, like, hey, let's try to get through this game clean. Obviously, preseason, you're gonna have more penalties than you want to have in the regular season, but penalties is about, hey, that the man that's leading that charge, that head coach, how much emphasis are you putting on these type of things? Are you working on these type of things in practice? Hard counts, watching the ball, pass interference, and obviously preseason refs are really honed in on these. You know, they have their meetings and they're saying, hey, look, we want to emphasize this during the preseason. So, of course, yeah, more flags are going to be on the field, more laundry is going to be on the field. But as a team, the less penalties that you have, the better you will be. So, you know, Mike, you gotta get right, man. Got to get right. Man, what else we got up in here before we go? Y'all see the jump man up there. How we gonna be in ATL, man, 10 days, week 0 as they call it. 10 days of kickoff, man. Howard Bison going against the Alabama State Hornets, man. It will be on ESPN, 7 p.m. Eastern, man. I'll be down in Ada for that, man. That'll be dope. Y'all tap into that, man. Some good football for real. Y'all put some more questions in the comment sections, as you know, D-Butt over there with the Pat and the crew. I'll be on there at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So y'all catch that. Bob, yeah, Bears and Seahawks tonight. Only game on. Nakiba says she's going to be in the building. Would love to see that. Hey, Sex got Bears money line. What's that? What's them odds? Tone, you can find them odds for me on that game tonight. Lude Pedal Race Team, my sleeper team this year. Hey, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be crazy because they're in the AFC South. My sleeper team is the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know y'all might say, man, AB's a fool, but I'm interested to see what Jayville can do. I'll say Jacksonville, then I'll say Detroit. I think we kind of talked about that too as well. Probably like a week ago. Detroit Lions, man, they played a lot of teams tough last year. A lot of losses coming at the end. A lot of single-digit losses. That could have went either way. But I would say Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they might be sneaky good. And the Detroit Lions. Those are my two sleepers. Those are my two sleepers. We are going to see how that pans out. Bob, sleeper team, Philly. I don't think you can count Philly as a sleeper team. I don't think that's fair. Philly, man, high expectations. Myself and D-Butt has Philadelphia Eagles winning that NFC East. Again, the moves that they made via draft, via free agency this offseason to help Jalen Hurts in that team. I don't think you can consider them as a sleeper team. I think they're going to have double-digit wins, make it to the playoffs, and they can make a run. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Sneaky bad team. I don't know what that is. You bad. Question with Tone. Off the rails, Tone and Gems. What would you like to see the HBCUs do this season to continue the upward trajectory they are on currently? I think it's definitely more media coverage, man. Get more teams on these ESPNs, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, ESPN3. Like, get more media coverage. I think that's one of the big things. Like, get these guys some exposure because there's some good football, some good guys that has the ability to make it to the next level. And again, just keep talking about it. Keep talking about the HBCUs, man. And again, it's something that's close and dear to my heart. But if you can get these guys more exposure and more resources, I think where the upward trajectory is going, I think we could continue in that way. TH asks, what are my early Super Bowl predictions? I'm gonna go NFC. I'm gonna go to Los Angeles Rams. And AFC, I will go with Who I like in the AFC. I'm only saying this with D Butter on the show. I'm going to go with the Chargers. It's just going to be at LA. That's crazy. LA Super Bowl in Arizona. I like the Bills too. I like that. Off the tones, I like that too. Rams and Bills, I like that. Bills, another team with high expectations, man. I think for sure for them it's Super Bowl or bust. Super Bowl or bust for them. So I like that. I like that pick too. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a great year. I think in the AFC, it's flooded, it's loaded with talent. You know, as we always say, you know, you can look on the roster and say, hey, they got this guy and this guy. But the AFC is loaded with talent. NFC, man, I think we're gonna have some sneaky teams that right now, before the season starts, we say, hey, they might win 7-8 games, but I think it's gonna be some teams that can creep up and surprise us all. It's gonna be a great year for football. Bucks and Chargers, you know, that's not a bad one as well. So this is coming from Stats Matt. This is not a breaking news from AB on the Man to Man pod, but he says alleged leaked document shows documents never get leaked. And they wanted people to see that. But alleged leaked document shows Watson will get 11 games and a $5 million fine. Like, why 11 games? I just be wanting to know these type questions. Like, why 11 games? But I guess, you know, we'll wait to see those 6 games. Obviously, Roger Goodell did not like that. And we knew, you know, those games was going to be more than 6 after that, you know, that decision was made. So we will see. But that came from Stats Matt. Oh, Schefter just tweeted it as well. So if Schefter tweeted it, it's some validity to that. So Isaac says Schefter just tweeted it. It might be 11 games. Deshaun is suspended for 11 games. So I guess we will see Jacoby Brissett for those 11 games, running the show. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm pretty sure that will be news for the rest of the weekend. D. Watson getting 11 games, $5 million fine. My man Morris said Brown's paying that $5 million for him. Shit, he got that whole bag guarantee. He gonna be out. That $5 million ain't gonna hurt. But hey, I think we kind of knew that was coming. Again, like I said, when those 6 games was handed down in the NFL, Roger Goodell, they appealed it quickly. So I don't think Deshaun should appeal this. I think you should. I know before they say, you know, if the NFL appealed it, they were going to do the same thing. I think Deshaun and his team should just go ahead and let this ride. Sit your 11 games out, pay that fine. Hopefully, you know, at that time, when your suspension is up, the Browns will be sitting in a good place. And even there, like, I think it's a hard decision as a, you know, GM, as a head coach. Like, if your team is sitting in a pretty good position going into week 12, like, what do? You know, your guy been sitting on the bench, hasn't been playing all year. If Jacoby Brissett has that team rocking, what do? Do you throw D. Watson in, or you let Jacoby Brissett keep rocking? But yeah, we will see, man. We'll see. There you go. Adam Schefter, NFLPA reached agreement. Okay, so NFLPA was in on it as well. On 11-game suspension for Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, per sources. The settlement also includes a fine of $5 million that will go to charity. Deal still is not signed, but it's agreed to. So that will get signed soon. And there you go. But hey, I'm pretty sure everybody's ready to get this over and done with. Put it behind them. Put it behind Deshaun. I know the alleged, you know, victims. I know they're tired of still hearing this in the news. Hopefully, you know, they can get to a point where they can, you know, get some type of, you know, healing through this whole process. So again, man, it's been a talk for a long time, man. So again, man, ready for this football to kick off, man. I know I'm excited. So appreciate y'all tapping in with me again, man. Go check D-Buck. I'm about to jump on with P-Mac and the crew out there live at Colts camp. Inter-squad scrimmage with the Detroit Lions, man. I'll tap in with Pat and them today at 2 p.m. Eastern, man. As always, man. Appreciate the love. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We'll see you on Monday. We out. Peace. Y'all have a good weekend. See y'all next week.